Hey everybody. So this portion of the recording is for what would be considered an irregularly shaped object, and so that's the marble here. Now, unfortunately, I can't really put the marble on here without it kind of rolling around and going all crazy. So in this case, you always want to use a containment device. First things first, you want to go ahead and zero out the scale. Make sure that's all zeroed. I'm going to use a little beaker here, and I'm going to note that the mass of the beaker is 28.8 grams. I'm going to write that down over here, 28.8 grams. And then I'm going to go and put the marble in here and see that it is 34.4. Oh, let me just reset it to be sure. 34.3 grams. Alrighty. So 34.3 grams. So to find the mass of the marble, you're going to have to do a little subtraction there. All right, again, that's 28.8 grams and then 34.3 grams. Now, the next part is trying to go and find the volume of a marble. Now, I told you marbles are irregularly shaped, and so we can't use a ruler. It just won't work. So we're going to need to use something a little bit different. In this case, we're going to use a graduated cylinder, and we're going to focus on using water displacement. And I'll do my best here to kind of help you with this. And I'm hoping that I can do this without making too much of a mess. Let's see how we do here. Alrighty. So I'm just going to pour, it doesn't matter how much, I'm just going to pour an arbitrary amount into here. And just like in my earlier discussions, we always want to make sure that we measure from the bottom of the meniscus. And so let's see if I can bring that over here to show you this. And maybe even put a piece of paper behind it. There we go. It's kind of hard to see the meniscus here. Maybe if I, there we go. Maybe that's, oh gosh, glass. Alrighty, so without getting too close here, I'm going to notice at the bottom of the meniscus, let's see, 25, 26, 27. It's at 27 milliliters. And the next step is to go and put the marble in. Now, you never want to go and put the marble by just kind of like dropping it in. That makes a big mess, and next thing you know, you've got water out of the graduated cylinder, and you've made a mistake in your measurements. So you always want to kind of turn it on its side, and then just kind of put the marble in here. So before I do this again, what I say was 27, yes, 27 milliliters. So I'm going to write that down. 27 milliliters is my initial volume. So VI 27 milliliters. I'm going to go and put this marble in here. I'm going to try and put this on as much of an angle as possible. I'm going to have the water come almost all the way to the edge here. And so the marble can just kind of gently roll in, as you can see there. Now, give that a second and take another reading of the graduated cylinder, holding up to the lights, and we now appear to be at the line just below the 30, so that is, gosh, a little shaky here, I do apologize. That is 29 milliliters. So 29 milliliters, I'm going to write this down. In fact, I'm going to let you figure out what is the volume of the marble, okay? As a side note here, there is a conversion that can happen. Milliliters are exactly equal to centimeters cubed, so just kind of keep that in mind. All right, go and figure out the volume of the marble as well as the mass.